Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to talk about the specific job scopes for period 9, and more specifically I'm going to actually focus on the tech related job scopes that you could focus on in period 9. Now this is specifically for those who are already in a tech job or for those who use technology a lot in their current career or in their job. Now if you are not at all interested in anything to do with IT or anything to do with future technologies or anything like that, and you know that you will never need this or use this, then this may not be for you. But don't worry, there will be future tutorials where I talk about other aspects of period 9 careers. This is really focusing on the tech aspect of period 9. Now, period 9 is related to the fire element, and fire uh, is very much related to anything to do with technology, high technology, new technology, futuristic technology, all of these things that we are already seeing coming up, yeah, with the metaverse and all of these virtual reality scenarios. Now, period 9 officially begins in February 2024, but it's not like we can just flick a switch in the night from February 3rd to February 4th, and then suddenly we're in period 9. We are already in a transition period, and we do experience a lot of these changes already. We are pretty much almost in period 9. And for practitioners, we are already working mostly with period 9 energies exclusively. But for those of you who are still in that transition period, yeah, we just try to make sure that by aligning yourself with period 9 a little bit better, also from a career perspective, your career path is smoother and you don't struggle so much with the adjustments that will be required and needed from all of us. Now, so the first thing that you need to do is to actually plot your Bazi chart. So you can go to this link here. I will also post it in the notes to the video, and then you just key in your date and time of birth. Now, the time of birth is not that important for this particular analysis. So just key in the rest and you will end up with a chart like this. You have the year, the month, the day, and the hour. And what we actually focus on is the month, yeah, the month stem. This is our main focus. So just see what you have here. You will have a Chinese character there, and it will have an element attached to it. This one is earth, the yin polarity of earth. It could be yang earth. It could be yin metal. It could be yang water. Yeah, so check what you have here. And then obviously here is the Chinese name for it. Now, this is the primary focus. And the secondary focus is here, this middle hidden stem. If you have 3 hidden stems, like in this particular example, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, then you focus on the middle one. If you have 2, focus on the one on the left. If you only have 1, well, then that's easy. You just focus on that one. Yeah, so the one that is written in bigger font essentially is what we call the main T. So the primary focus is the month stem, and the secondary focus is the hidden stem, and we call this the main T. So either the one in the middle or the one written, if you only have 2, then you focus on the one that's written on the left. And if you only have 1, then that's the one you focus on. All right. So check what you have there. And then depending on those 2 stems, you could consider integrating these areas of technology or tech-related career avenues into your current job scope. So the first one, if you have jia wood, yeah, so the yang polarity of wood, so it would say yang wood here, or up here it would say jia. If you have jia, then anything to do with automation, engineering, mechanics, robotics, or very, very innovative applications of new technologies is something that you could focus on. Now, I know if you have absolutely no interest in technology, and if you're not even in a tech career, this will not apply to you. Yeah, but I'm talking now to those people who are already in a tech career or who use technology uh, for their job. So anything to do with robotics, anything to do with engineering, automation, just automating processes. And this is something that almost every company can do. You can do this even if you're self-employed, automate some processes. Yeah. This can be small applications, it can be bigger ones depending on the size of your company, but so that you don't have to do everything manually all the time. Yeah. Robotics is also a big part of that. So this is when you have Jia wood in either the upper stem here or in the hidden stem. Now, if you have Yi wood, the yin polarity of wood, then it's all about user experience. Focus on user experience and on customer experience, which means you need to create maybe a website or an interface that is much, much easier and simpler to use than that of your competition. Or generally speaking, your customers need to have an easier time at getting in touch with you and interacting with you than with your competition. So focus on customer experience. How can you make it easier for customers to buy your product or your service, to interact with you, to generally find out more about your product and your services? Yeah, so focus on user experience. Especially obviously if you are a designer of software and websites and applications, then this is very important. This should be the key focus for you. Now, if you have Bing fire is the yang polarity of fire, then you need to become a little bit of a KOL, yeah, a key opinion leader, an influencer. So a lot of influencers you can find these days on TikTok or on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. So you need to make a name for yourself and become one of those. Now, this you can do even if you are not in a tech specific career, right? You can do this even if you are a wellness coach, for example. You can still be an influencer. You can become an influencer. Just put out posts and your opinions and just market yourself better online. Yeah. So become a true influencer in period 9. If you have Ding fire, the yin polarity of fire there, then what you need to focus on is to integrate AI, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality in whatever it is that you are doing. So obviously with artificial intelligence, on a very small scale, this could just be a chatbot that you install on your website or on whichever interface you use to interact with clients and customers. But obviously there's bigger applications as well. And then virtual reality is something that you should also look into if you have Ding fire in your month stem or in the hidden stem. Yeah. Now, again, virtual reality is something that you could also integrate even if you are not in a tech specific industry. So let's say you're an interior designer and you want to make sure that clients get a real feel for what a space could look like once you have done your job, once you have designed their space. You give them a virtual walkthrough through the space. Yeah. Or let's say you sell carpets. Yeah, you let the client upload pictures of their living room and then you use virtual reality technology to check what the place looks like once they have your specific carpet in there. Yeah, give them a real feel of what this could look like. So this is how you can integrate these things, even if you are not specifically in a tech career. Now, Wu Earth, that is the yang polarity of Earth. If you have this in your month stem, then you need to focus on data analysis. Now, this sounds very, very boring, of course, but you can always hire someone who's very good at that and do this for you. So you need to actually become more proficient at analyzing the data that you generate throughout your operations. So Google Analytics, for example, is one place where you constantly accumulate data. If you have a website, yeah, you may want to use Google Analytics to check the traffic or check how people interact on your website. So this is something that you need to work on and work with much, much more proactively to make use of the data that is gathered and then transform it into profit. Yeah, and adjust your entire operational system and processes. Now, if you have Z Earth, like in this particular example, Z Earth means that you should start creating a community. Yeah, so very simply put, a Facebook group is a community, is an online community. So this is probably the most relatable example I can give you. So make sure that you create a community around your product or your service. And with that, you can gather more fans. Yeah, essentially, it's about building a fan base through a community. First, you need to actually get this community together. They all have a common interest or a common need or a common pain that you can help address. So build an online community, create an online community, manage it, and then through that community, you can sell your product and your service. If you have gunmetal, which is the yang polarity of metal, then you should become a subject matter expert, sell a training or be a consultant on a very, very specialty subject, on a very, very niche subject. And this is something that you don't necessarily need any tech skills for. You can teach online, you can offer your services or your consulting services online, but this is one of the things that you don't really need to be very tech savvy for. Yeah. What is needed really, if you have gunmetal there, is become an expert. What is it that you're really, really good at and that others are maybe just average at or just not really interested in? Make that your core skill and then offer specialty consulting services on that subject matter. Now, if you have sin metal is the yin polarity of metal, then you need to command the industry. Yeah, you kind of need to control attention, draw attention to you, become a live streamer, and just demand industry and fan attention. Yeah, so from all over the place, just brand yourself. Yeah, you become the brand, you become the center of attention, so that whatever it is that you are doing, people will follow you. No matter what it is that you sell, no matter what it is that you teach or coach on, people will follow you because they like you. Yeah, so this is something that you need to work on, and this requires a lot of self-branding, self-promotion. So you kind of need to maybe step out of your comfort zone, because this may not be the most comfortable thing for everyone to do, but try to gain mass attention. If you have Ren water, so the yang polarity of water, then it would probably pay off if you educated yourself or learned a little bit more about anything to do with cryptocurrency, anything to do with blockchain, and think about how you could integrate that in your business model. Obviously, there's a lot of pitfalls still. This is not a perfect technology. There's a lot of questions about how it works and whether it's safe or not. But try to think about how you could integrate this new technology that is definitely not going to go away somehow into your business. Yeah, maybe you offer an option where people can buy via cryptocurrency, for example. Yeah, or you yourself just learn a little bit more about it and see whether there's any aspect of it that you can make money with or money from. And then lastly, if you have Kui water, the yin polarity of water, this requires you to get more into the nitty-gritty of digital assets, yeah, whether that's digital currency or security tokens or digital land, yeah, the whole metaverse realm, yeah. You need to actually become either a designer or an architect of these sort of digital assets, or you need to try to integrate digital assets into your business model. Again, you don't have to put all your money in one basket, but try to see how you can integrate digital assets. Yeah, for example, there's a lot of companies now, such as Nike, for example. Yes, they sell shoes, but then they also have a virtual shop in, I think, the Sandbox or in the Decentraland or wherever, where they just have an online presence, because who knows what it may ever be useful for. So integrate digital assets, not just cryptocurrency. Yeah, educate yourself about what crypto assets you could use in your particular business model and how you could make money from that. All right, so this is what you could look into for period 9. Now, again, you don't have to do this tomorrow, but just start thinking about it, let it percolate a little bit, gather some ideas, talk to people, and see how you could get more in line with period 9 energies, with period 9 job scopes, and generally with what period 9 requires from us. All right, so I hope this helped a little bit. If you have any questions, please do get in touch with me. All my contact details are in the notes below. And I would love it if you like the page, if you subscribe to the channel, if you left a comment, anything at all to spread the word. All right, see you soon.